What's up, my droids? That's right, Randroid here, in the dojo, just getting set up. Bob, if you're seeing this, I just started. Come on by. We are going back to building a Flutter app. Yeah. All right, so we've already started this project. We're jumping right in. Got so many different projects going on. We've been doing the voice to text stuff, the Xamarin, didn't get very far on that one. Flutter app, which we're doing today. The Unreal game. Just done a couple of streams on our document embedding, GPT, some open source stuff. A couple on here I don't even think are here that I worked on. But yeah, where do we leave off on Flutter? So we have a basic out of the box Flutter app that gives us a web app, a iOS app, and an Android app. So what does that look like? Let me just run it. Right now it says, I heard a rumor, and you go, your mom, whatever. I hit this button. It says, thanks. Did you hear Stefan wears a fake beard? Okay, so it returns back. It's hard coded to return back a rumor. Someone else posted, and it's supposed to save your rumor. Obviously it doesn't actually save it. You know, this UI is not quite right. Why do we have this button like this? Plenty of work we can do on it. But I'm just trying to get the basics done, including the back end piece. So for the back end, we're going to completely rely on Firebase. Let's dive right into that. For Firebase, they offer a couple things. They offer authentication, so you can log into your app, verify who's using your app. You can track metrics about statistics and crashes and all that stuff. But what I want to use it for is auth, just like I said, but also I want to store the rumors, the data on Firebase's data store, file store. So there's a couple plugins or packages that the Flutter community has created for Firebase integration. And I'm just following the Firebase documentations on how to implement the auth one. There's probably other ones out there, but I'm going to go with this one for now. One other thing, Android broke, web's working, but Android will not open the emulator. Fun times. So if I open up Android Studio, it's saying too many restarts for GPU process. I don't think that's actually the problem. Android emulator is out of date. Let's update that now. That might actually be the problem, or at least this might fix it. All right, here's the web app. I scale it, still works. Great. So we've got web, iOS, and then Android coming soon, hopefully. Update now. That update is happening here. Finish. And let's see if this guy can start up the emulator. Launch. Worst case scenario, I'll create a new one. All right, starting Android. Well, actually, what does AVD stand for? I always thought it's not device manager. Android virtual device. That's what it is. All right. Did that start? Still starting. Give it a minute. Cool. Well, while we start up Android, we'll wait for it to come up. Let's start following the steps. One of the first steps is to create a new Firebase project. So I've gone ahead and done that. It's called Rumored, and there's nothing in it. Let's see what the next step is. All right, they want us to add this Flutter package for Firebase auth. So there's supposed to be a Flutter command, which I think I set up in my first stream. So let's just go ahead and run this Flutter pub add Firebase auth from the terminal and see what that does. So it finds all the dependencies, and it should have installed them. If we look, show diff, here's what it did. So it looks like it updated something in iOS, something in Windows, something in Mac OS, pubspec lock, and pubspec YAML. So this is very similar to npm code packages files, the package file and then the lock file. So you only update the, looks like the pubspec YAML file here to add Firebase auth and give it a version, so 4.15 or greater, and then it adds all the dependencies in the lock file for you. That's just how these kinds of things work. So it's all dependency management. These though, this is an Xcode project, PBX project. That's generated as well. Generated plugin registrant.swift. Don't know what this is probably also generated. Let's look. Where are these files? These files are under Flutter, not ephemeral. Oh, these are real things. Flutter commands, include. I don't know what these are actually. Let's go to AI. All right, so ChatGPT, this is our first use of it here. This is actually CodeGPT, whatever. I want to know what the heck is generated plugin registrant Swift. Let's see if it knows. Come on, AI. Teach us something. All right, according to this, it's a file that's automatically generated by Flutter. So it is a generated file, even though it's not like in a generated folder. This is Mac OS, by the way. Don't even really care about Mac OS. Interesting. Flutter. All right, what else did it tell me about this? It's responsible for registering all the plugins that your Flutter application uses. Huh, interesting. Why only for Mac OS then? If I went to the web one, no Flutter. Windows. Windows has Flutter stuff. Okay, so Windows has one of these as well, but this one is CMake. Okay, so I guess desktops have different package managers or way of managing dependencies. All right, we'll come back to that if we need to, but it seems fine. Here's an example of what the file might look like. Yes, you are correct. It does look like that, kind of. Cool. So that's just noise. We can ignore all these. I'm going to actually go ahead and commit this, do small things, and push small things. Okay, so this was we'll call it, this is working on a feature. What feature is this? This is working on auth, and so he added Firebase auth package. Cool. And we're going to push that, and see if my GitHub is still connected. Need my password. I'm going to have to change that. I don't want to put that in every time. Where did we put that? Is on the passphrase. That one's the password for the key. Password for the key is... I wonder if this is it. Oh, where did I save this? Sorry, just looking at my password manager. Is it the SSH passphrase? No. Is it the... Oh, it was that. I feel like I should rename that. Not going to remember next time. Before I forget, changing that in my password manager. I did say personal Mac. Okay. Randroid, just so I don't forget. This is cool. All right. Looks like we got a viewer. What's going on? Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. So we've got a Discord now. Please join. Check it out. It is... I'm on streamer mode. Can you see it? It's Randroid's Dojo. Let's see if I invite you. What does the link look like? Copy, edit, invite link. Looks like that. You know what? Why don't we just put it on screen? Why don't we, huh? Widgets. Alert box. No. Donation. No. Tip ticker. No. Credits. Poll. Super chat. Goal. Chat highlight. Hey, say something in the chat and I will highlight your chat. How about that? Eventless stream boss, emote wall, gadget widget, spin wheel, viewer count, chat box. Let me just look for general image, color block, browser source, text. Okay, we're overthinking it. Let's just add some text. This will be Discord. Bob, I said in the chat. Oh, you did do it in the chat. Oh, wait, no. Schwati said Joe. I know who that is. Bob, you put it in the Discord chat. I don't think I can pin the Discord chat. Though I did see some tie-ins with Discord and Twitch. Maybe there's something that does that. For the moment, though, I'm going to go ahead and add the text to the screen. Cool. Discord. And what's a good color, guys? What should we do? Font size. Regular. Bold. And is that letting me pick? Sorry, this is what I'm looking at, by the way. Oh, there's the color. I think white's actually okay. Where did it display, though? I don't see it. Let me just say done. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like it's not actually on the screen. Do you guys see that text somewhere on the screen? Am I blind? Oh, it's at the top left. Do you guys see it? Let me make it bigger. Boom. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Ugly. Oh my gosh. Why is it so bad? Why does it look terrible? Gross. Gross. Use Google font. See if it looks better. Oh, it's worse. Back me. I swear, what are they using to display text? That's just disgusting. I'm not going to use this widget. It's so bad. Here. It's like creating a new image, ChatGPT, that has the code on it, or the link. Instant replay widgets. Tip ticker. Is there some other ticker on the top? I could put like a scroll, like says, hey, breaking news. I can't log into my Twitch account at the moment. Excuses, 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 Bob. Just kidding. We have a big goal. I don't want a goal. I want a ticker. Maybe I can search widgets. Sorry, if anyone is familiar with Streamlabs, what's a good one? Alert box, window capture, media file, event list, stream label. Include text into your stream such as follower. I like that. Hey, Bob's in chat now. There we go. Top donator, monthly top donation. It's subscription train. Oh, this is annoying. So this is actually, if you want to, it makes you choose this label type. I don't really want a label type. All-time top donator. I want follow me on Discord. Join our Discord. Top monthly tippers. Guys, tip me so I can use this. Just kidding. Don't do it. Dun, 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 dun. Sub gifters. Top chair. All-time top chair. Preview. Use Google Fonts. No, Google Fonts suck. Let me just see if that works. Is that any better? Did it even work? Yeah, it doesn't look like it did anything. Alright, we're going to try one more time and then I'm going to give up. Event list. Image slideshow. Auto input. Oop, 1 second. Someone knocking her back. Bob, tell us, have you set up your Flutter setup at home yet? Your personal setup? Have you tried it yet? Oh, that's cool. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at some of the sources. There's a collab cam. I can invite a guest to join the stream from a web browser. Anyone want to try that? I wonder how easy it is to set up. I wonder if it's super easy. All right. I'm going to send it in the Discord for anyone who wants to do it. You got to join the Discord if you want to do it. If you want to see the link. That's going to be awesome if it works. You could totally troll me. All right. Go to that link. I want to see if it works. You can have up to 11 guests. This is cool. This is what we do on this stream, guys. We just get distracted. Ticker, workout, sponsor band. Well, that might work. No, it's too fancy. You want to click in the link? I want to see you join. Since I promised the chat highlight, I'll do that as well. Didn't fulfill my promise. I'm trying. I do like pin it. I don't think this thing works that well. Message settings. Look, this is what I'm dealing with over here. Highlight settings. Use this widget by hovering over the right side of chat message to see a thumbtack icon. Clicking the icon will pin the message to the widget. So I did that. I clicked. It didn't actually do anything. It's kind of wonky too. Only works on Twitch chat, right? Can I pin my own message? No. Message settings, name settings, source. Let me try it one more time. I'm going to delete it and add it back. Chat highlights. Done. Okay. I clicked it once. Ooh, looked like it worked that time. Manually unpinned or end of stream. Boom. Okay, I pinned it, but it's not showing up on stream. Huh. Do you guys see it? Oh, you see it. Okay. Yeah, it's not showing on my screen. I guess I should look at the actual stream. Where is it? Okay, now it's just Inception. Yeah, where is it though? You actually see it? Is your sound off? I'm in your side chat thingy. I can see your words. It's like freaking out. Here's what I'm looking at, guys. All right. You sent a link to join the stream. Okay, so you did that. And yet I don't see, you're supposed to be here. Can you even tell what I'm clicking on? Yeah, you're supposed to be here. The collab cam. Oh, whoa, there's Bob. Holy shit. Whoa, Bob's here. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Can you say something? I don't know if it'll capture your voice.
I've been talking.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Working. Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome.
I was talking for the last 30 seconds and you weren't responding to me.
Jessica, can you see Bob? Can you try joining that link too? I want to see if it will work with multiple people. It said something about up to 11 people.
So the weird thing is I can't see your screen. I just see a black screen in this.
Oh, it had options to share my camera or someone else's camera. Let's see. So I chose the webcam and microphone source you select below will be broadcast to your guests. Video capture device. Ah, this one. Do you see me now?
Now I see your video twice.
You see my video twice. Well, how about that?
So in the middle section, I see you moving around, and on the right section, I see you frozen.
Send me a screenshot. I'm curious.
How can I send you a screenshot? Or can I send it in Discord?
Oh, wait, you know what? Discord. I think I can switch it. How about that? What's that look like now? Oh, yeah, I saw it in Discord.
Yeah, there we go.
How's that look now? There's two options.
Now I see.
So this one is me, and then this is the video source that I want to share.
But I can't. It looks like this is kind of fresh tech. I can't focus on one of these or anything.
It's not letting you.
I can see it, but it's not possible for me to actually look at it because it's so tiny.
Well,
I can't
you could just watch the normal stream, I guess, and just have your beautiful face on camera. Yes, hi Bob.
I don't see my beautiful face on camera.
The schwatty. So the chat.
Then I have to listen to you twice.
What if you can mute one of them?
There we go.
The pinned message seems to work only in the side chat. Like I can. Oh, where'd it go? See, I highlighted. You didn't fulfill your promise, but I thought it was supposed to show up on stream. What is it?
It shows up in the chat.
It just shows up here, right? Oh, I guess it literally shows up here too, on Twitch. Whatever. Okay. Well, there you go, Jessica. Your message is highlighted. I'm gonna block that one so I don't mess with it.
I want mine highlighted too.
Jessica, did you? Okay, which one? Say something cool and I'll highlight it. How did I know?
You know me too well.
Pinned.
The most boring, dry jokes on the planet.
Did it pin both? I can't tell. Yeah, just yours now. Sorry, Jessica, you got booted. All right, Jessica, you're not gonna join the call. I see. Actually, I guess I could try it. I'll do it real quick. Anyone else watching out there? We got 4 viewers now. One of them's probably me, I'm sure. Say hi in the chat. Preferably Twitch. Who your viewers are? Can I see my viewers? Only if they chat, I think. I don't know, does it tell me? It tells me who followed me. 3 viewers. No, it's not really saying who. I think I have one on... Oh, it's not counting myself, maybe? Either that or I have one on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, so...
Can I gift you my Amazon Prime sub? How do I do that?
Do it. No, I don't think I'm... I think you have to be a partner or something. You can try. Gift my own to myself.
Yeah, how do I do that? You don't even have a subscribe button that I see. Where is that normally?
I think you have to follow. I don't think you can do a pay sub or anything because I'm not a partner. I don't have enough viewers and enough streams.
Hello, I see a cat.
Oh, you see Jessica? I don't see her. Maybe I have to invite her or something.
It's
Joe.
in the other.
The source collab cam is already
Stream
occupied by Bob. If you continue, Bob will be unassigned. Can I not have more than one?
Well, it seems we can all join in the Streamlabs thing.
Like here's my only option. I can choose one person. Quiet. Let's test the audio. This may echo. Hello. Test. Hello. Test. Still seems kind of quiet. Test. Still seems kind of quiet. Test. Right. I got rid of the echo. Tell me if you can hear me okay or not. Try to crank the audio as much as possible. All right, let's do some real coding. Thank you for joining. I'll just spam it in the chat. If you haven't seen yet, we have a Discord. Check it out. You might be on the next stream. Okay, here we go. So where were we? We installed the dependency. You know what? I think I forgot. Yep, I forgot a file. Let's go ahead and add that. You probably could get away with not putting this lock file, but I'm going to do it anyways. Oh, there we go. Finish. All right. Okay, let's go back to that tutorial that we're following. We're trying to add auth to our little Flutter app here. So once we complete rebuild your Flutter application, okay, let me do that. Flutter run. Import the plugin in your Dart code. All right, so where do we want to put this guy? Probably in the shared one. Okay, this didn't like that. Error, CocoaPod specs repository is too out of date to satisfy. To update CocoaPod spec, run pod repo update. Okay, we will try it. I don't think I have. Oh, I do. Okay. What happened to your guest? They had to run, but they will be back later, hopefully. So one was my niece, Jessica, Joe, and the other one was a friend of mine and old co-worker on my last project, Bobby McBoatface. Maybe he's still watching. All right, let's see. Pod repo. You're hoping to order a Kotlin code. You wanted to see me do some Kotlin? Yeah, Joshua. Wait, is that Joshua? I'll have one Kotlin code, please. Is that Joshua? Why are you screaming Joshua? Boatface. Is board dude Joshua? I can't tell, man. Nobody uses their real names. Smiley face. Well, mystery man. Kotlin. It's all about Dart nowadays. Didn't you hear it? I'm just kidding. I spent all day working in TypeScript, so I'm just happy to be working in something else. USOB. Dart code, please. Where in the world are you now, board dude? I don't know who this Joshua person is. I just want a code. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your code. Maybe if you ask. You guys are having. See, this is why streamers just ignore their chat. They start going off the rails. Taco repo update. Dude, I'm just typing in what it tells me to. I should probably read it. You know what Stefan would say. On command. Let's see if that did something. Freaking CocoaPods, man. What is this? Why do we even care? Automatically assigning platform iOS with version 11. I don't care, dude. Let's see if we can just run it. Yeah, I'll just use the run config because this doesn't seem to work. Nope, that's really broke. The joys of cross-platform. Running pod install CocoaPod specs repository is too out of date. To update the CocoaPod specs run, I did that a million times. Preparing analysis. You have either out-of-date sources. Yep, we know that. Error output from CocoaPods automatically assigning platform iOS with version 11 target runner because no platform was specified. Did I not specify a platform in my run code? Where would that go? Here? See, this is different than just, I just decided to launch itself and fail for the same reason. Okay. See, this is different. Android, you choose I guess you would choose your device, but you wouldn't choose like the platform. You just choose the, flavor you're trying to build or whatever, and then the emulator. But this, okay, so this is the Dart entry point, the main.dart. Cool. Flavors, we don't have any flavors. Additional run args, maybe there. Environment variables. Did I run Flutter doc there? Not today. All right, Flutter doc. Is it doctor or doc? Oh yeah, that will tell me that CocoaPods is out of date, right? And it tells me my Android Studio version's unknown. That's because I have a preview set up. It does like my Xcode. What is it? Where's the CocoaPod bit? Yeah, so I look good here. But it doesn't say anything about CocoaPods. I remember when you set up, it's like, do you want to use CocoaPods or something else? And I think I chose CocoaPods, but now I'm kind of regretting it. What was that command? Pod repo update. Let's see. Why does this one fit? Okay, this one says it worked. It just says it's available, but didn't actually install it. CocoaPods is the older one of the two options. Yeah. I think they're phasing out CocoaPods, right? Don't use CocoaPods. Now you tell me. What's SPM? Single Platform Management. Literally just upgraded the old survey project today with Swift Package Manager. Okay. Is that really what the new... I'm down to create a brand new project right now and fix this if it's possible. I wonder if I need to update IntelliJ or anything to get like the latest starter code, you know? Yeah, I think it's up to date. I guess I'm supposed to use Toolbox for that. I would use Android Studio, but I'm on the preview and it didn't work with Dart last time I tried. Is it just me or did that Toolbox not actually do anything? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is out of date. Even the preview's out of date, and the regular's out of date, and PyChart, and Fleet, which I don't use, so I'm not going to update that one. Also, Flutter 3.61 is the latest. Let's dig in. How can I tell where is all that set up? Is it in the pub spec? Which version of Flutter I'm using? Probably not, right? Maybe it is. There's the Firebase stuff. Flutter lints, Flutter itself. No, it's just the version installed to your Mac. I see. So can I do Flutter-V? Whoa, what just happened? Oh, why did I guess dash version. There we go. I'm on 3.14. You said 3.16? That's some biblical shit right there, dude. Really? Am I that out of... Oh, that's Dart. Okay. Is that what you meant? I don't know the Flutter version. Oh, 3.13. Okay. Whew. Thought I was way out of date. I guess still 3. What are these minor versions? What did I use to install it? Brew, probably? Is there a Flutter update? Back in a bit. Good to see it. Yeah, you too. What? You don't even know who Bored Dude is, man. It's a mystery guy. Might even be a guy you never met, dude. All right. See you later, Boatface. Flutter updates. We're experimenting today, guys. No. Flutter-H. That would be interesting if you... Yes, Boatface. That's your nickname. Bobby. McBoaterface. Yeah, so you probably couldn't use Flutter to update itself, right? That would be kind of insane. You could probably update the SDK, but... Oh, they have downgrade. What the heck? So they have downgrade? Why can't I... Oh, it's called upgrade. What did I say? Update? It said update. Okay, so you can update itself. Depends how it's downloaded. Yeah, I thought I brewed it, but I don't remember. I was just going to use brew to update. Actually... Can I say which Flutter? That'll tell me if it's in Brew. Yeah, it's not from Brew. That's probably why. Oh yeah, this is the one that Stefan had me just download the whole bin or whatever, right? Project contains issues. Start fix. I'm going to see if you can switch from... Instead of starting a whole new project, switch Flutter project from Cocoa Pods. See what we get here. Use Cocoa Pods in a Flutter project. To get a Flutter module. Flutter requires installation of Flutter pod files. To, what did he call it? SPM, Swift Package Manager. So that's for native. What about for Flutter? Bitrise. So I'm guaranteeing GPT doesn't know about this yet, but let's just ask anyways. How can I migrate my existing Flutter project from using pods to using Swift Package Manager? Remove the pod file.lock and pods directory for iOS project. Let's see, do I have those things? iOS, pod file, pod lock, pods. I do. Do you think this will work? You know what? We are LLM enhanced. Let's do it. You only live once, right? Open your Xcode project or Xcode workspace file in Xcode. Ooh, what was the command for that again? It was like xedit, something like that. Oh, my command line locked up. Dang it. Is it xedit? I used to know. Maybe for like one day. Let's look at my cheat sheet. Xedit. Shortcuts. Don't see that one. Command to open Xcode project. Xed. There's no it. Xed. Dot. I was close. All right. That's opening in Xcode. All right. Then it said, go to File, Swift Packages, add package dependency. What are the chances this upgrade will go smoothly, or this migration? Add package dependencies. 0% chance. Yeah, it's not like I have a lot coded in this project anyways. I could throw it away, but it's a good learning experience. Add package dependency. Enter the URL of the Swift package you want to add. Well, see, that's the thing. I have no idea what packages I need. Dart. I would have to look at the CocoaBot to know what I need. Select the version rule you want to use the package and click next. Choose the target where you want to add the package. Click next. Repeat steps 3 to 6 for each package you want to add. Update your Flutter code to import and use. Yeah, that's halfway there. Thanks for your help, but that leaves too much to the imagination. This is for migrating a vanilla iOS project. Well, it included this bit about removing this stuff, so yeah, it kind of adapted it. It probably is just the steps from a regular native project. All right, we're going to do a new one, but I was upgrading because I don't know if they've changed their, what do you call it? Their default, Flutter package thingamabob. Cool. So it updated. Let's restart. I'm going to close out Xcode. See the install still finishing. I just verified the install. IntelliJ. Let's see if that actually upgraded. 223.25. 223.25. Okay. Did we ever finish which Flutter? No, Flutter version. Okay, so that's updated now. What about Dart? Where does Dart come from? Does Dart get upgraded with Flutter? It must, right? Does Dart get upgraded when upgrading Flutter? This guy says yes, but he could be hallucinating. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. All right. Well, looks like we got everything we need. Let's go. New project. Started with your first Flutter app. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Do I just want the out-of-the-box one, or do I want some help here? Next, we'll call this Rumored 2. We'll put it there, because I don't think that's where my other one is. A new Flutter project. Sure. Application, yes. That's actually dev.randroid. Check out my blog. Kotlin and Swift. Heck yeah. I think I'm going to get rid of Mac OS and Windows and Linux. We're just going to go web, Android, iOS. Getting started with your first Flutter app. Select an application when building for end users. Select a plugin when yeah, we're not doing that. Module name, content root. Oh, I can't remember. It's supposed to be lowercase. Is that a thing? I know you can't have spaces. I think it's supposed to be lowercase. At least the last one was. Project form. Where's the bit about package manager? Am I missing it, or you think it's on the next screen maybe? Web, Kotlin, Swift. I don't see. Maybe it just doesn't use CocoaPods anymore, or maybe it always uses CocoaPods. What? Flutter only uses CocoaPods? Are you serious? Can you use Swift Package Manager with Flutter? There's a GitHub issue for it. Yeah, this is probably what you just sent me, huh? Tracking tasks for Swift Package Manager. How old is this? From May? This is one of the downsides to using a cross-platform, but I mean, not the end of the world, because I don't even think Swift Package Manager is it even stable, or maybe it is. Is Swift Package Manager stable? 1 year ago, past configuration options, parameters, methods. All right, so well, I could create a new project, and maybe because it's new, it will magically have all the updated CocoaPod stuff. All right, so that does already exist in that directory. All right, well, we're gonna go one layer deeper. We're going to go new, now upgraded. We're going to go Flutter, and then we'll go rumored inside here. Invalid module name Flutter. This will conflict. Where did I say Flutter? Oh, it's in the path. Oh, that just forgot. That's weird. Should this, does my project location need another folder? We're going to try that. Keep the other one open too. I'll see if this one runs. I mean, it literally worked before I installed Firebase. It's just like updated the package and then it got mad at me. All right, Flutter Doctor, since we did upgrade. Okay, let's launch the iPhone version first. These have the same package name. I don't know if that's a problem on iOS. I imagine it is. Did our Android emulator ever start? Crashes. Error. Flutter using the impeller rendering backend. Debug service listening. Sync files to device iPhone 15. Flutter supports hot reload. Apply changes to your app in place instantly. Very cool. Appreciate that. Might just need to create a new emulator. You don't touch a project for 3 weeks and this is what happens. It just rots. Just decays. Oh, it already started. Okay, so iOS is good. Still working on Android. I am starting up the emulator manually. That seemed to work. We'll do that in a sec. Chrome. Let's go ahead and do web. All right. I want to see if we get the same problem once we install Firebase. Because if we do, there's no point in switching projects. Too many windows open like usual. Okay, here we go. This is, by the way, this is the Chrome one. It loaded fine. No problems. Yay. All good. Alrighty. And then back to IntelliJ. It did say failed to send. Maybe that's because I killed it. We're going to stop this. We're going to run Android. If that works, back to square one. Gradle task assemble debug. I'm going to pop this emulator out of Android Studio. Settings, emulator, launch in running devices, tool menu, uncheck. I'll probably have to restart for that setting to take effect though. My computer is sounding like a jet engine. Of course, Gradle's the slowest build tool out of all of them. Preparing Android SDK platform 33 revision 3. So if you haven't already, check out the YouTube channel. This is where all the lives get recorded here. I'm also editing some of them for shorts. I haven't really done much in that regard, but I want to do more. And I'm actually cutting out, this is funny, I'm cutting out all the ums and ahs and the silence between my words and slimming down the streams and posting them again. So like you can see this preview here just like flying by. I think I took off 45 minutes out of this stream. But yeah, if you want to catch like the highlights, not even the highlights, just like, what would you call that? It's like when you watch an NFL game. What is the fast replay? Not replays. What are they called? Dang, that's how I used to watch them. Let me look it up. NFL games. What do you call it? Shortened? My mind's not working right. You know what I'm talking about? Condensed. Yeah, condensed. Is that the word? What is a condensed replay? How long are they? Have you heard of this? If you haven't heard of this, this will change your football watching experience. Back when I was really into football and I was watching multiple games and stuff, I'd watch them on Monday. I'd watch the condensed versions. Condensed replay is a shortened version of NFL game broadcast that shows most plays back to back with a limited interruption between plays. Condensed replays vary in length. So yeah, these are the condensed replays of my streams. So I should start naming them that. At least that's the plan. All right, this actually loaded on the emulator, so we know it works on all 3 of our platforms now. Android is just crawling though. I'm gonna kill Android Studio, and we'll go ahead and relaunch the emulator on its own. Hopefully, we'll stop this, and I'm gonna run that command to upgrade or install. Sorry, Flutter pub add Firebase auth. All right, and now. I think I might have messed it up because I ran Flutter run or whatever it told me to run. Let's test that. There it is. So if I just run iOS without changing anything else, should relaunch. Running pod install. Maybe this is where it blows up. Running Xcode build. Firebase UI Flutter. Firebase UI is a set of plugins for Flutter that allows you to quickly connect common UI elements to Firebase APIs. Please file Firebase UI to issues, bugs, feature requests, issue tracker. Firebase UI auth. Yeah, this is the one I want. And then I also want Firestore. So I was looking at a couple of these packages. How do you know? You've written Flutter apps before, bored dude. How do you know which package to choose? Because if I go to Flutter, I don't even call them packages. What do they call them? Well, they do call them packages. Okay. So if I look for Firebase, even Firebase auth, we'll say, you get Firebase auth, which seems to be the one I'm using. But I'll double check. Firebase phone number auth handler, auth mocks, UI auth. So this is probably the one you're talking about. Auth web. So I do have a web app. Do I need that one for the web? Auth rest, UI auth, OAuth Apple. Okay, that's if I want to add Apple single sign-on most likely. But does that mean I don't get single sign-on with... I guess that's one of the packages in Firebase UI. Okay, so that's probably just the same thing. These are by Firebase.Google. These are as well, though. So what's the difference between this one by Firebase or the UI one by Firebase? Firebase UI auth is a set of Flutter widgets and utilities designed to help you build and integrate your user interface with Firebase authentication. So this supports Android and iOS and web, except no email links on web for some reason. The UI is UI focused. Right, but does it build on the other one? Like, is this a dependency of this one? Because I also want files to store later. So like, is there not like a basic Firebase setup and then you add the UI later? Let's see what the install steps are for this. So you install Firebase UI auth. So there's no UI pieces to this. Okay, so if I were to continue my tutorial, it would tell me to like write some code and write my own widget maybe, and then call the auth rest or something, but not actually, it wouldn't actually do the UI for me. Okay, that makes sense. Let's double check that. So if I keep reading, the import Firebase auth into the Dart, prototype and test the Firebase local emulator suite. Before talking about how your app authenticates users, let's introduce a set of tools you can use to prototype and test authentication functionality. Firebase Local Emulator Suite, if you're deciding among authentication techniques and providers trying out different data models with public and private data using authentication and Firebase security rules, or prototyping sign-in UI designs, being able to work locally without deploying live services can be a great idea. An authentication emulator is part of the Local Emulator Suite, which enables your app to interact with emulated database content and config, as well as optionally your emulated project resources, functions, other databases, and security rules. Using the authentication emulator involves just a few steps, adding a line of code to your app's test config to connect to the emulator from the root of the local project directory, running Firebase emulator start. Using the Local Emulator Suite UI for interactive prototyping of the authentication emulator REST API for non-interactive testing. Call use auth emulator to specify the emulator address and port, which of Flutter binding ensure initialize, await Firebase initialize app, wait Firebase auth instance, use auth emulator, localhost 999. A detailed guide is available. let's continue. Check current auth state. Firebase Auth provides many methods and utilities for enabling you to integrate secure authentication into your new or existing Flutter application. In many cases, you will need to know about the authentication state of your user, such as when they are logged in or logged out. Firebase Auth enables you to subscribe in real time to the state via a stream. Once called, the stream provides an immediate event of the user's current authentication state and then provides subsequent events whenever the authentication state changes. There are 3 methods to listen for authentication. So this is not to sign in, right? It's not giving the UI to sign in. But how would I get the user to begin with, though? I mean, I get listening if the user's state changes, but how do you even get this user to begin with if you don't have login? That's what doesn't make sense to me. Firebase Auth instance auth state changes listen to this when this user updates. Events are fired when the following occurs: right after the listener has been registered, when a user is signed in, when the current user is signed out. ID token changes to subscribe to these changes, called the ID token changes method on your Firebase Auth instance. So these are different. These are fired when the listener has been registered, user is signed in, current user is signed out, when there's a change of the current user's token. If you set custom claims using Firebase Admin SDK, you will only see this event fire when the following occurs: user signs in or re-authenticates after the custom claims are modified. The ID token issued as a result will contain the latest claims. An existing user session gets an ID's token refreshed when an older token expires. An ID token is forced refreshed by using Firebase Auth instance current user get ID. Okay, cool. That all makes sense. User changes to subscribe to these changes, call user in. So this is for, again, sign in, but also for registered. Signed out, again, change the current user's token when the following methods were provided by Firebase instance current user are called. So you can call reload, unlink, update email, update password, update. Okay, so that I can write a UI to update their email, and I would call this function. Cool. Persistent authentication state. The Firebase indicates for all platforms provide out-of-the-box support for ensuring that your user authentication state is persisted across app restarts and page reloads. Nice. On native platforms such as Android and iOS, this behavior is not configurable, and the user authentication state will be persistent on device between app restarts. The user can clear the app's cache data using the device settings, which will wipe an existing state being stored. Okay. On web platforms, user authentication state is stored in IndexedDB. You can change the persistence to store data in the local storage using persistent local. If required, you can change this default behavior to only persist authentication state of the current session or not at all. To config these settings, call the following method: Firebase instance for blah, blah. You can still update the persistence. Cool. Firebase instance for Firebase Auth persistence. Next steps. Explore the guides on signing in and signing up users. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Support identity authentication services. Managing users, password authentication, phone number, use a custom auth system, anonymous authentication, multi-factor, link multiple auth providers, passing state, and manage users. You can create a new user in Firebase project in 4 ways. Create user with email and password. You also create a new password authenticated user from authentication section of the Firebase console. To get a user's profile information, you use the provider. Okay, so yeah, this is like signing with credential. The user credential object returned by the authentication sign-in methods use user credential object. So this is like CLI? Like how are you, I guess you're just making your own UI and asking for email, password, I don't know, passing it to this thing. Get user's provider specific profile information, update user profile, set a user's email address, and user. Yeah, that's so interesting that it doesn't mention the UI bit at all. But yeah, you're right. Might as well use the UI one. I'm assuming it does all of that. Okay. Where's the install steps for this? Example. Here's a quick example that shows how to build sign-in screen and profile screen in your app. Beautiful. Package Flutter material Dart. Firebase Auth Dart. Yes, it does still use Firebase Auth. Okay, cool. Hide email auth provider. I've never seen this before. Hide. What is the syntax? Hide in Dart. Does that mean it pulls in everything in this class except, or everything in this package except this class? Is that what it's saying? Curious. Let's learn. Today we learn. Every day we learn. In Dart, what does the hide keyword do? In Dart, the hide keyword is used with import statements to hide certain elements, classes, functions, variables from a library. This means that those elements won't be accessible in the file where the import statement is. Here's an example. Okay, so I was right. It's the package, and that's some class that you're hiding. I guess that's kind of intuitive. All right, that's Dart for you. Intuitive. UI auth, Firebase UI auth. My app is in stateless widgets. Widget build on index, final providers, email auth provider, material app, initial routes. Is all the setup stuff. But now I'm adding the initial route is now set to, if first we check if there is a current user using the Firebase auth. So yeah, this is not even UI. This is just the regular Firebase auth. So if there is, you go to profile. Otherwise, you go to sign in routes. So this is the sign in route. This is the profile route. And they return two different screen widgets. This isn't actually telling me what these screens look. Oh, these are probably from the UI auth. Is that what these are? Are these imported from this? Providers. Where's providers come from? Email auth provider. I don't get it. That's what they're hiding. How are they calling it if they're hiding it? Won't be accessible in the file where the import statement is. And then they immediately use it. What am I missing? Oh, I know what. You know what this is? How much you want to bet? This is declared in both packages, Firebase auth and Firebase UI auth. And so there's a clash and they have to hide this one. That's what it is, I bet. All right, so this is getting it from the UI and it's just using email auth provider. Action auth state change action signed in. So auth state change action, I'm guessing that's also from this one probably. And you're passing the context and state. State comes, this is a stateless widget. Where's this state coming from? Is that global or am I just missing it? Yeah, I don't know where that state comes from. A navigator.push replacement named context profile. Okay, so action. Their state changed to signed in. Push replacement named profile. Navigator. Okay, so now it's navigating into this new path, this new route. Whereas this one, there's an action for signed out, which does not have a state. That's interesting that auth state changed action signed in using a generic versus sign out action. Why not auth state changed action signed out? Okay. Does the same thing though. Replaces the path with sign in. Yeah, I question this. Why is this one like this and this one is like this? This is not going to know this, but I'm going to ask you this. What am I missing here? Why would they use generic for one but not the other? The difference between those two pieces of code is related to the way they handle state changes in your application. They change it. The code listens for a change in the authentication state of your application. When the state changes to signed in, it navigates to the profile route. Signed in generic indicates that this action is specifically listening for a signed in state change. Signed out. This code is an option or an action that gets triggered when the user is signed out. When this action is triggered, it navigates to sign in route. There's no need for a state parameter here because the action itself implies a signed out state. So then, okay, that's true. Like I get why you wouldn't need the generic, but then why use the generic for signed in? Am I crazy to ask that? Why would you have auth state changed action signed in if you only care about signed in? Why are you listening to all of these? Why not? Let me go back. This one's in a list of actions. This one's in a list of actions. Yeah, these are part of a state management solution, likely using a package like Flutter Redux or similar. The exact behavior can vary depending on specific servers. So why not have an action called signed in action and avoid the generics? Depends on the architecture. Using a generic allows you to handle multiple types of authentication state changes with a single action class. This can be beneficial if you have similar logic for different state changes or if you want to keep your action classes to a minimum. On the other hand, using a specific signed-in action can make your code more explicit and easier to understand. It's immediately clear when seeing signed-in action that this action is specifically when a user signed in. Both approaches are valid and have their own advantage. I get it. They're both valid. Why use two different approaches? This seems to be an oversight. I'm just nitpicking. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. I think I understand it. All right, profile screen icons. If you're using profile screen, make sure add the follower to your pub spec YAML. Fonts, family, social icons, fonts, asset, packages, Firebase UI, fonts, social icons. Firebase UI for authentication provides a simple and easy way to implement authentication in your Flutter app. The library provides fully featured UI screens to drop into new or existing applications, along with lower-level abstractions for developers looking for tighter control. Activate Flutter Fire CLI. Start pub global activate Flutter Fire CLI. Install these dependencies. Okay, so we still do need that. That's good. Configuration Firebase using CLI. Flutter Fire configure. Say that 5 times fast. Initialize Firebase app. Firebase initialize app. Was that in this one? Initialize route. Where's the initialize Firebase app? Did they skip over that step? Okay, so it seems like you do need to initialize. And then default Firebase options, current platform. Don't know what that means. macOS entitlements, if you're building for macOS or not. Writing widget unit test, if you're writing widget unit test. Yeah, the following. Set up all methods. Set up Firebase UI test mode. Also, you will likely want to mock the Firebase auth. That's cool. I would like to do that. An instance of mock Firebase auth can be passed to Firebase UI widgets. Firebase. To understand what Firebase UI for authentication offers, the following documentation pages walk you through the various topics of how to use the package within your Flutter app. Available auth providers, email. This is the one we're going to use. Email password. First, ensure that the email password provider option is enabled in Firebase console. All right, let's do that. Okay, all products, authentication, sign-in method. I saw you. Authentication. Get started with Firebase auth for adding your first sign-in method. Email password. Enable. Save. All right, we did it, guys. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to have two projects. I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to close this one. We're going to revert everything in this one back to how it was. Roll back. So I had already installed Firebase auth. That's fine. We're going to see if I can get this to build. Oops. Need to get rid of that. Okay. It's got the pod problem. Oops. You should be docked. All right. What if we revert our previous change? So let's go to our git. Let's revert this commit and revert this commit. Cool. Now what happens when we build? Try Flutter pub outdated. Why is it still Firebase core if I revert it? Is it because it's in the lock file? Show it. Oh, I think that worked. Or maybe not. Running Xcode build. Build done. All right, so we're back to working. So there's something about installing that Firebase package that seems to blow things up. Actually added files. That's fine, I guess. All right. Well, we're back to normal. Let's see if we install Firebase auth. So let's see. Reverts, clean up. Let's add this file. All right. Back to working. Let's go back to those instructions. Let's do the UI one. Let's actually follow the steps in the getting started, which was here. This is saying install Flutter Fire CLI. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. Okay, and it looks like it's doing its thing. All right, you can fix that. Fix what install executable. Pub installs executables into home pub cache bin, which is not on your path. You can fix that. Adding this to your shell's config. Sure. I have a handy dandy shortcut for that, actually. It is this guy. So I had to get rid of this stuff. So if I want, oh, that's just an export though. That's not what I want. I want to add something to the path. Path sudo gem path to gem. Oh, I thought I had that one. I know where it is. I might have it in my warp. So I've been using this terminal. You know, like save commands and stuff. It's pretty cool. I go text to Zisha, but I want to add to path. This guy. Edit. Add to path. So let's go ahead and run this guy. So what do we want to add to path? We want to add this directory. What directory? This guy. So put that as the directory, and voila. And we'll also call source because, you know, why not? Uh-oh. Unmatched. Oh no. Sad. Gotta rotate my key. 1 second. Okay. We're back. Yeah, so that messed up because it's what? Path equals quotes. You put it in quotes. It doesn't need to be in quotes. Path equals home slash dot pub dash cache dash bin parentheses. Yeah, so the right way to do that would have been let's go back. Try this one more time. This time without the parentheses. The command must have parentheses as well. It does. This parenthesis doesn't belong. Neither does this. Yeah, so it came from there. All right. I'm going to run this one last time. Okay. Like into the Spider-Verse. One more time. There we go. Echo. What do we call it? Don't even remember. Path bin. This is for the Firebase thing. Let's see what they call it. Flutter Fire CLI. Nope. Flutter pub, Flutter Fire. Just called Flutter Fire. Okay. Yeah, it worked. All right. Okay, so we got that installed. We got it added to the path. Now we have to install core, auth, required for email link sign in and email verification. I don't think we want that. Email verification maybe, but not right now. Let's do MVP. Good night, Schwatty. Add a Joe. Flutter pub, add Firebase core. Do it, and let's see if it breaks. Let's expect to have newer versions incompatible with dependency constraints. Okay, so don't upgrade. That's probably why how I broke things before. I just want to do a run after each of these to make sure they're not breaking anything. It's almost said goodnight. Who Who will you tell? Will you tell them that I'll wait for them under? Yep, here we go. It broke. So this is what messed it up before. Doesn't like this dependency. You got me. Joe Mama. Right, so let's read this and understand this. Preparing. Analyzing dependencies. Inspecting targets to integrate. Using arcs setting to build architectures of target pod runners. Okay, bye. See ya. Thanks for watching. Fetching external sources. Fetching pod spec for Flutter from Flutter. Fetching pod spec for Firebase Core from plugins Firebase Core iOS. Firebase Core using Firebase SDK version 10.18 defined Firebase Core. Resolving dependencies of pod file. Trunk relative path. CocoaPods version YAML exists returning local because checking is only performed in repo updates. Okay, same thing for that one, same thing for that one. CocoaPods could not find compatible versions for this one. That's our bug, guys. Sad. 2019. Ah, here we go. February. I get an error when I try to install Firebase storage into my project. Slightly different, but okay. I'm reading your comments and trying to resolve my exact issue, but not able to solve it. Need your help and guidance. Updating the React Native camera version fixed. Yeah, it's like I have to upgrade, but then upgrading causes other problems. The React Native camera updating. Okay, that doesn't work. Solution. RM pod file lock, pod install, repo update. I'm down to try it. No, I actually started fresh and I reproduced the same error. So this is a legit issue with conflicting dependencies. So I'm going to try removing the pod. Does that not exist? Or does that not exist? Pod. Oh, it's under iOS. Okay. And then just manually updating. Let's see if that does the trick. Automatically assigning platform iOS with version 11 on target. We've seen that before. CocoaPods did not set the base configuration in your project because your project already has a custom config set. In order for CocoaPods integration to work at all, please either set the base configuration of the target runner to target support files, pods runner profile xconfig, or include the target support. That sounds serious. But I wonder if that solved our issue. Hey, we got there, bros. We got there. We got there. We got there. All right. Screw you, CocoaPods. You cannot defeat me. All right. Did we do this one? That's the one that broke. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah. Oh, it's Bob. For some reason, I thought you were a bored dude chiming in again. Just you, bro. Just you. Yeah. So I went back to the original project, and bored dude Joshua, whatever, he told me to go with Firebase UI auth, which uses the Firebase auth, but Firebase auth really is just for basically doing your own UI and then calling the Firebase functions to manage the state and check if they're signed in and check their token and all that. But you can use something called Firebase UI, which has the different packages for auth and store, whatever. And then that told me to come here to these getting started. And so the getting started told me to install Flutter Fire CLI. Did that. Then it told me to install Firebase Core. Did that. Firebase auth, and that broke. The CocoaPods iOS issue happened again, but I found the fix for that. Delete my lock file for the package manager and do a force upgrade on the pods or something, and it worked. This one I don't need because this is if you want to do email verification, which I don't care about right now. And this is one I really care about, Firebase UI. And now you're all caught up. I should probably do this in a different folder though. Okay, it does say some stuff's incompatible, so we're going to run again, make sure nothing broke, and then let's look at the next step. So now we use the Flutter Fire CLI to configure. It's probably where I have to actually hook it up to my project. Oh, I see, you were correcting me because I said bros, and there's only one. Yeah, for some reason I can't see the viewers. Maybe it's blocked by the pin chat. Oh no, viewers are hidden. Why would you hide them from me? It says 2. I'm assuming it's counting myself. If I go to the Twitch website, it says 2 there as well. I think there's someone here. They're just slowly hiding. Oh, I'm only 1 heart away from my goal of 20. How do you get hearts? Oh, they're followers. Wow, when did I set that goal? Check this out. I set a goal for 20 followers. Who knows when? That's pretty sick. How can I add this to my stream? Browser source. Okay, we're gonna add this right now. I don't remember setting this goal. This would have been a year ago. Widgets, follower goal. Here it is. So I already have a widget for it. Let's just see if it worked. That's not quite right. That's a sample. Where's the actual source? Refresh. It doesn't have a link for the actual source. Goal, title, goal amount. Oh, starting with 0. Goal is 20. And title, start goal. Oh, shoot. 20. For count goal, start goal. Oh, an end date is required. And after my birthday, 12. That didn't work. All right, we're going to go the other route. You can actually add a web page as a widget. So let's go web browser. Where's that image? Browser source. There we go. Browser source. We'll call it follower goal. And then we'll paste in source. Beautiful. Oops. Thought I could scale it. I cannot. What's this? What is the size? They don't. Oh, it's browser source width and height. 1480 by 160. Cool. Where's a good spot for this here? In the middle. 19 out of 20. Come on, man. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you even kidding me? What's that in Spanish? Oh, I used to know that. Are you serious? Jessica would say it all the time. Are you serious? In Spanish. Not lo siento. That's something else. Are you serial? Come on. I know this one. How do you say are you serious in Spanish? En serio? That's it. Yeah. En serio? One more follower? We'll find out when I get that. All right, that was a good little distraction. Let's get back. Okay, so it still works. Yay! Back to our tutorial, guys. Back to our tutorial. All right, so now I can run Flutterfire configure. It says the Flutterfire CLI currently requires the official Firebase CLI to also be installed. Oh, okay. So I only have the Flutter one. I need the actual CLI. Makes sense to me. Windows, NPM. Standalone binary, yes. Windows, no. There it is. Can't do it through Brew, though. I feel like I could do it through Brew. I'm going to do it through Brew. Brew Firebase CLI. Firebase Tools, it's called. Is that correct, though? I think Google has one of the worst chatbots, or whatever you call it. See, this one says Firebase CLI. Which one is it? This one's actually Firebase, so let's look at that. Oh, Brew. Brew, are you serial? In serio. In serio. Let's look at Linux. Just me, or is that not loading? They really want you to download the binary. I just don't want to. I really want to do it through Node. Or through Brew. Guess I could. Set up the goal Firebase command, make the binary execute. Yes, they want you to put it on your path. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Brew install Firebase. I'm assuming it's Firebase because it's, of course, it's CLI. You're Brew installing it. I didn't brew Casket. Casket, get it? Yeah, it is. Cask is the UI version. Okay, so it's CLI or dash CLI. Haha, look at that. We guessed it. It's not even on our webpage, and we guessed it. Good one with tools. What the heck is tools? Oh, my token. What's wrong with my token? What do you mean you can't find my token? I put it in the freaking... Oh, I changed it. Yeah, because I showed it on stream again. I keep showing my freaking open API key on stream, so I have to like rotate it. There's one in my terminal environment, and then there's one in IntelliJ itself. And the IntelliJ one has not been updated, so let's update that. So I was dealing with Swagger today and yesterday. You know, that docs generation tool. Anyways, the specification for Swagger is called Open. Keep saying Open AI, and now that I'm working with Open AI keys, I keep thinking Open API. Oh, what a world! No broken dependencies. Let's see. Firebase or Firebase CLI. Okay, I think it might be installed. All right, what was the command that got us here? Flutterfire configure. I probably have to set up the CLI. Firebase an error occurred on Firebase CLI. Yeah, probably because I didn't configure the CLI. Firebase projects list -json. So let's configure the CLI. Got a Mac OS. Let's pretend we did standalone. Add the binaries to the path. To log in and test the CLI. Yeah, Firebase login. I knew that. Allow Firebase to collect CLI and emulator suite usage. Of course, man. We're all about transparency here. Allow. Login successful. Beautiful. Okay. What else? Looking promising. Select a Firebase project to configure. Rumored. Ooh. Which platform should your configuration support? Use arrow keys and space to select. All of these, right? Web. Oh, not macOS. iOS, Android. That's cool. It's a nice little CLI feature. How do you even do that? Do you know how to build a feature like that where you can go down and deselect things and stuff? What are they even using? It's not Bash. Not straight up Bash, right? What is that? How do you have an interactive terminal like that? Do you want to continue? Yep, go ahead. Oops, I hit yes and enter. Did that break something? No. Firebase configuration file generated successfully with the following Firebase apps, web, Android, iOS. Learn more about this. Cool. We're going to stop and we're going to run it and make sure it still works. Let's look at some of the files that it created for us. All right, so this is in the Android build.gradle, start Flutterfire configuration. That just added Google services. Okay, makes sense. And what else? This is one of these generated plugins for... Oh, I forgot we have Windows and Mac on this one. I really want to just delete these, but I also don't want to break something, so we'll leave them for now. That's the new dependencies. This is the Xcode project change. And what's new? It's a JSON with all my secrets in it. Just kidding. It's all public. Who cares? All right. Firebase options for use with Firebase apps. Oh, this is what does initialize for use with your Firebase apps. Example, Dart import. Yeah, I need to do that. That's in a lib folder. Where's lib? Is that new? Or was that always here? Oh, that's where my main is. Okay, cool. So now I can call this from my main, which I'm not doing yet, which means the build probably is fine. Cool. We're good there. I want to try Android while I wait. All right, I closed Android Studio, so let's see if that even works. I don't know if that worked or not. Locked up my computer. All right, let's check all this in. There's a plist for iOS. This is the new dependency. What is this? API key. I've not put that in yet. Probably gonna have to put that in. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right there. That's probably a secret. Probably shouldn't put this in my Firebase, huh? I think I just read an article about everyone's putting their keys in GitHub. Do I care? Let's Google it. Should I check in my Google services info.plist? While it's nothing in the world if you commit it, you're better off leaving it out for one big reason. You're making it clear that others who build your code that they should be setting up their own Firebase project to host its configuration and data, because your project simply won't build with that missing file. Furthermore, if your project has world-writable resources in it, you can expect that people who get a hold of your app and configure so easily will inadvertently start writing data into it, which is probably not what you want. Okay, that's true. So then we will git ignore this one. iOS git ignore. Okay, and this is the Android one. Git ignore. Android ignore. This one we want, or no? We also don't want this one, right? Or do we? Let me Google that one. Should I check in my Firebase options.dart? No one has given an answer, and I have come from Google search results to here. Firebase file is generated file and contains vulnerable information such as the API key. The red flags are all over the place, so we can safely say that we must not commit this file. Yeah, it gets generated. I think it's okay to commit since Flutterfire team does so. Besides, I found an answer from Firebase team. The API key is the configuration snippet just identifies your Firebase project in the Google servers. It is not a security risk for someone to know. Understood, but when other person clones the project with this file, they will get access to Firebase resource, for example. If you do not use security rule, they can do that. So protecting resources with security rule. Yeah, but either way, it sounds like maybe we don't want to check this one in. Or maybe I could pull out just this last piece. Web, Android. See, these I'm not too worried about. A hold of your app and configure so easily will inadvertently start writing data into it, which is probably not what you want. Okay, that's true. So then we will git ignore this one. iOS git ignore. Okay. And this is the Android one. Git ignore. Android. Git ignore. This one we want. Or no. We also don't want this one, right? Or do we? Let me Google that one. Should I check in my Firebase options.dart? No one has given an answer, and I have come from Google search results to here. Firebase file is generated file and contains vulnerable information such as the API key. The red flags are all over the place, so we can safely say that we must not commit this file. Yeah, it gets generated. I think it's okay to commit since Flutterfire team does so. Besides, I found an answer from Firebase team. The API key is the configuration snippet just identifies your Firebase project in the Google servers. It is not a security risk for someone to know. Understood, but when other person clones the project with this file, they will get access to Firebase resource, for example. If you do not use security rule, they can do that. So protecting resources with security rule. Yeah, but either way, it sounds like maybe we don't want to check this one in. Or maybe I could pull out just this last piece. Web, Android. See, these I'm not too worried about. These are just project IDs. I think I'm going to check this one in. Like, I want to give people a hint when they're looking at this that there's something they're missing, but I don't want to just leave a giant gaping hole. This is the Flutter CLI, Google App ID. Yeah, I'm fine with this one too. Okay. So this is feet auth installed Firebase UI auth and its dependencies. Note, some files are being some generated file are being ignored. To replicate the setup, follow these steps. There we go. I'm telling people what to do. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. There. See, being helpful. We got some failures. This is a warning. Newer version of build Gradle tools. Is it compatible though? We can try. This still did not start the emulator. Try one more time. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's starting. Android Studio. All right, now it's standalone. It should be able to kill Android Studio and the emulator should still run. It's just very giant. Oh no. How do you shrink this? Oh, there we go. Let's see if this builds for Android now. I think it will. I'm going to commit this. Assemble Avengers. Out of 20 followers. Can you believe it? What a world we live in. Okay, initialize Firebase app. So in main. Actually, what is this? Is that in my Dart lib? Is that what it looked like? Main void main future void main. Whoa, what's the difference? Why is one future? Run app. Because it wasn't async before. Does it have to be async? It probably does if I'm gonna launch this guy. So we will await. And then we will, let's see if that actually helped, or if that worked. Installing. Looking good. You still there, Boatface? Emotes only chat. I should turn that on. Okay, we're turning on emotes only chat. You guys are just too loud. Stefan, where's the fake beard? All right, we are rocking and rolling. Let's do that next step. So we have the initialize now. We're going to build again. I think we're going to go, honestly, I think I'm going to go iOS. I think it's faster. The simulator's faster than the emulator. Wah wah. Error undefined. Default Firebase options. Could not build the application for the simulator. Error launching. So default Firebase options. Was that specific to Android? I don't think so. It got to get ignored, but it didn't get erased, right? iOS. This guy. No. This is generated. How do I ignore generated files? Import Firebase auth. A Firebase option start. I mean, it's right here. I mean, it is a build file, but it's in lib. All right, let's see what's going on. Replace the values from Firebase. API key here. I don't have that. Oh. Let's test. Yeah, they're all right here. So there's a Firebase options for Android. Maybe it's not supposed to be using default. Oh, maybe iOS also needs to call this. But that's default. I guess we'll try it. So if we go under iOS, like iOS, what? iOS Flutter? iOS. Like, where's the iOS homepage or something? Runner, app delegates, runner execute project, runner test, Firebase, app ID file, pod file. There is no iOS specific code. What could it possibly be mad about then? The fact that this doesn't exist? I mean, this doesn't do anything. I can't even click on this. Oh, am I just missing the import? Yeah, there it is. I was missing the import. Well, why don't you tell me that? I feel like the error should have been better. Undefined name Firebase. All right, we're getting somewhere. That is true. This is not imported. So, what import did I miss? If you need to use Firebase auth directly, make sure to hide email auth provider. Import package Firebase auth. Hide email auth provider. Let's not run my app and let's just run the email auth provider. And this needs to be imported. So let's just import both these. Let's see. Now it knows what Firebase is. And Firebase auth? No, that one's missing somehow. Even though it's literally right here. Firebase UI auth. Package. Oh, no. Why not? Maybe it just hasn't caught up. Enable auth provider. Well, it says if you need both, do this. Are we importing Firebase auth directly? We are not. Did it work? What is this screen? Flutter, Shell, Platform, Darwin, Graphics, Flutter, Darwin, using the impeller rendering backend, debug, service, listening. Maybe I'm missing some config stuff. Let's try web. Yeah, I still don't know why Firebase UI auth is not imported. How do I import into a Flutter Dart? Hmm. 44 not found. cross origin. Definitely missing a step. Please note that Firebase UI Auth is not directly available for Flutter. Instead, you have to use Firebase Auth and Google Sign-in packages to achieve similar functionality. Well, that's kind of a lie. Was that tutorial involving not for Flutter? Is this not Flutter? Flutter, Firebase UI emailer inside of Flutter. Okay, let's assume I need both. Nope, still not. And then if I don't do that, does it then get it from here? It doesn't know where this is coming from. What am I doing wrong? Do I need to build? Oh. Firebase core. Maybe core is also importing it. Just don't do this. Okay, so now it doesn't know what Firebase is. Doesn't know what Firebase UI auth is. Oh, I'm probably just missing this step. So I added the auth provider, but then I didn't actually add the screens. Adding email auth provider to your Firebase auth configure provider's email form will be displayed on the sign-in screen. Sign-in action, sign-in, state, user, again. If the pre-built screens don't suit the app's needs, you can use... Okay, so these are pre-built. Sign-in screen, sign-in screen. Where does this go? The getter is email verified isn't defined for the class user. Yeah, I feel like these steps are outdated. So maybe the web one, the other one that we're looking at, this one is more correct. Let's try this one. Oh, do I have two my apps now? I do. Well, well, well. If we do this, then we run my app. And we change my app to be something different. Where does that get us, huh? Where does that get us? Non-const constructor where const expression is expected. Try using constructor or factor that is const. This my app's not const. Was this one? Const my app super key. Firebase initialize undefined name Firebase. Did I forget an import? Firebase auth dart, Firebase UI auth. So this one has Firebase core. The other one doesn't. The other one has like Firebase auth minus the provider. Firebase auth still not known. Isn't defined for class my auth. What do you mean? Firebase auth isn't defined for. Well, at least we're building again. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Why was that so slow? I just realized we are configuring auth providers and we are passing in providers here. Do we need both? How does it work without that line? Because this guy doesn't mention that, does he? Or sorry, this one does, but this one didn't. It's probably, I mean, all these docs in different places. How do you know which one's the latest? Okay, the register seems to work too. Let's try iOS. Let's see if we can register. I feel like that failed. So it registered, but then it didn't take me back. Email is not verified. Send verification email. So I don't have the plugin necessary for that, right? But this is my profile. Okay. So maybe I do want email verification. Let's see what happens when I click that button. Please check your email. Maybe it just works. Maybe it's in core. Rumored. Hey, it worked. So it looks like. Follow this link to our email address. Rumored. If you didn't use it. You can now sign in. Waiting for email verification. I'll just keep polling forever. Let's pull up Firebase. Why that polls? I'm just curious. Let's see if we see my user now. Hey, there I am. So it seems like the verification worked, though maybe this doesn't auto refresh. And my name's not here. I wonder if there's a way to save my name. Is that saved to the back end, I wonder? Identifier. Doesn't look like there's actually a name field. Reset password, disable accounts, user ID, signed in, created, provider's email. Yes, a name is probably just some local storage stuff. If I sign out, sign back in. All right, now thinks I'm verified. Let me try forgot password. The only thing I didn't like is that after I registered, it didn't really take me back. All right, forgot password also works, even though it's kind of a default message or whatever. Okay. I guess we've got to check Android. And then we want this to go, instead of to profile, we want this to go to our other screen. So we have a material app that we're returning, not just a screen. Oh, this is a material app. Okay. So could we just add additional routes to the other material app? Like, are there routes in here? Oh, God, it's my home page. Theme. I only had one page. What if I had multiple pages? Could I pass them in as routes? Can we try this? Initial route. Oh, I bet that's what this is. Oh, that's just autocomplete. This. If I added, can I add? Doesn't look like there are. Oh, these are names. So home. So routes. There are routes, okay. So initial route is this one. So what if I didn't have home? How would that work? All right, let's see if I can log in. Nice. And it knows my name somehow. That's trippy. So how would it store this data across apps but not show it to me in the Firebase portal? Must be storing that somewhere else. I was trying to hot reload. Let's see. Can we build Chrome? Did I break it? So what I don't get about this, we're using material app. Got a title here. We call this rumored. Theme data. This is the theme of your application. Fine. And then we have a home that's declared as that's a page down here. It's another class. But then we have the initial route. Can we have a home and an initial route? What are the differences? Does look like it's mad about something. Providers. Do we lose providers? Ah, I lost providers. Shoot. Well, I could get it back. Undo, undo, undo. Undo, undo, undo. It was here. Redo. We'll add providers back. Question, was it here or was it lower down? I guess we'll start here. Okay, it is mad about the const. I bet I put it in the wrong spot. Was it here? Let's think about this. We're saying build, declare this first, then return this. Title rumored must end with, oops, autocomplete failed me. Copilot failed me. Same thing here. Put a little Z there for some reason. Theme day is messed up. Okay, how do we screw that up? Rumored. Don't tell me, is that supposed to be a comma? Yeah. All right, that's looking promising. Let's check on the Discord. Anyone in the Discord? No, nobody in the Discord. Don't forget, Discord. Join me. SNNT9G3H. Join me. Okay. Let's see what happens now when we sign in. I guess it's still going to go to profile, but I can change that. So theoretically, if signed in, you should go to home. What is it called? Slash profile slash. Does it have a route? Push replacement. Are we using Navigator? I feel like I haven't set up Navigator yet. See, I don't know how to set a path here because I don't know where Navigator is being set up. Any thoughts? in Flutter, how can I set up a path, set up a navigator path for my home page? So set initial route property to the route of the home page. Define routes property as a map. Oh, I'm missing the route, that's why. So like I declared 2 routes, I need to add a 3rd one. We'll call it home. Probably a better name for it, but we'll go with that for now. Return constant, my home page. I probably don't need this anymore. I don't know. Oh, this I guess could default to home. If you're signed in, you could go to home. So then there's no way to get to profile anymore. We can always add a button on the home screen to go to profile. I don't know if hot reload would work, or it seems like it didn't. Why would it take me there? Let's see. Sign in. If you're already signed. Oh. It's after you sign in, it pushes profile. This is if you're already signed in. So if I would have refreshed, now it will go home. Because it's already signed in. I see. Well, I think you should only go to profile after you register. No, that wouldn't make sense either. You just go to home for both, and then we'll have to figure out, we'll do like a to-do for like add a button that goes to profile. Actually, how hard would it be to add a button that goes to profile? Because we basically want it to do navigate. Navigator dot. Okay, so let's do. Where's that fab? I guess we don't want to use the fab for that. We probably want another button. Scaffold, app bar, padding. Maybe something in the app bar. Title, actions, widget, icon button. Boom! Look at that. It knew what I wanted. Oh, that's beautiful. The only problem is using it. Actually, that's Did you see that autocomplete? That is the best Copilot autocomplete I've seen yet. It knew exactly what I wanted. Oh man, put that on the highlight reel. I'm starting to see why people talk about going 200% faster. Something like that. If I could do that more often. Whew. Let's see how it looks though. Oh, it's hidden, but it's there. It's a little person. That's good. Okay, and then back goes back. Okay, let's try it on mobile. Probably would want a back button, but we can always. Actually, can you add a back button? I don't know if it's an action though. Back. Let's add a back button. We'll use a back button. There's no drawer in the prior navigator. You can go to so if this is null, automatically implying leading is set to true. The app bar will imply an appropriate widget. For example, if the app bar is in a scaffold, that will also have a drawer. The scaffold will fill the widget with an icon button that opens the drawer. So we don't have a drawer. If there's no drawer and the parent navigator can go back, the app drawer will... Okay, so it's supposed to automatically add it back. Maybe because it was web. It's probably because it was web. Let's test that theory. No back button. It's because the profile screen is outside of the scaffold. Is there a way I can fix that though? I could just wrap it in its own scaffold, right? Return scaffold. So each of these profile screen, these need to get wrapped. Can I do that? Let's find out. Turn scaffold. App bar, navigator, push, name. Alright, that's the icon, padding, constant, child, children, rumor input. Don't know what that is. Floating action, on press, increment, child. Where's the actual page? That's what I'm missing. Return scaffold. Title. So it gets the title. It has widgets for going to the profile. Body. Padding. Child. Oh, these are text fields. That's why. Rumor shared. No, that's a boolean. But hold on. Where's the text fields? Child column. It's a column. And where's the content of the column? Floating action on pressed. I guess it is this, but this is just a bool. Text editing. Where is this used? Text fields here. Rumor input. Where's rumor input used? Rumor input here. Okay, so depending on this boolean, it will use this one or this one. So yeah, children. I want children is what I want. So let's update child with the code that I cut. So children, children rumored. So this guy becomes, oops, sign-in screen. Let's see if that works. No, messed up, missing some error expected. Yeah. Padding column, scaffold, return. Maybe it shouldn't be in curlies. Let's see, where's this curly end? Doesn't say. Where does this one end? Okay. Is that just an extra? That's the routes. But was it the last route? No, it wasn't, so that's the problem. What we really want to do is extract this. So this will become more manageable once it's in its own function. Okay, expected this before this. Home, child, home. Push home, child. Okay, so now we have probably parentheses. Maybe it needs to be turn. Nope. I want to return the children. The children is a sign-in screen. Sign-in screen goes to here. Nope. What the heck, man? The column ends there. Actions. Maybe no return, or maybe no curlies. Sure about the curlies. Nope. It doesn't like this syntax. Why? Sign in screen. Let's look at the other children. So normally children is one of these guys, and then a comma. This is a var, widget equals text field. I could do that, but I don't. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a variable first. Then we can inline it. So we'll call this sign in. I forget from profile or sign in, but we'll say sign in. Yeah, sign in, and then get the children. Which, just to be clear, yep, is this guy. And we'll go to sign in. Go up to sign in, and we'll replace it with this. And that's also mad. Okay, so something's wrong with this. Sign in widget. Tab, 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 tab for that guy. Tab for, also for that guy. This is end of that. This is end. Something like that. And that. Sign in screen. Sign in screen is not a widget, maybe? Is that the problem? Definitely messed up something with the curlies. This looks correct. I mean, if I get rid of actions, let me see a comma. How is that not correct? What's wrong here? Is it the semicolons? Oh, is it working now? this needs a comma. Is that what that error said? The getter widget isn't defined for the class MyApp. Try correcting the name of the name of the existing getter. Title widget.title. 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 Where's this widget coming from? Yeah, I don't even know where that widget's coming from. So let's just change this to sign in. Cannot be assigned to the parameter type widget. The getter and getter isn't defined for the class MyApp. This is inside of sign in. Floating action button. Yeah, we don't need this floating action button at all. I should have started with profile, not sign in. Sign in doesn't really need a scaffold. Profile does. This looks like it's actually doing something. Okay, so we need to do a couple things. We need to put this widget, sign in widget, back to the way it was with the actions and everything. So where do we get that from again? Was it this one or was it this one? I think it was this one. So sign in becomes this widget sign in. Problem is it's already signed in on the Android device. Probably need to reinstall. Ooh. Bottom overflow. Yeah, so it doesn't like the scaffold. I've seen this error overflow thing. This is considered an error condition. Okay, so considering applying a flex factor to force the children of the render flicks to fit within the available space instead of being sized to their natural sizes is considered an error condition because it indicates that there is content that cannot be seen. If the content is legitimately bigger than the available space, consider clipping it with a clip rect widget before putting it in the flex. Okay, so let's do this. Let's remove the scaffold from this one. Let's actually change this one to profile. Rumored profile. We'll just say this is profile. And then on key press, I feel like that shouldn't even be there. We'll leave it for now. This will become sign in. Sign in. And it will go to home. Or no, sign out should go to. Oh, this whole thing is just wrong. So this action now becomes this whole profile screen. This guy should actually become where sign in. Where'd you go? This guy, where are you? We'll call this profile. This becomes that. And then we'll use profile here for the children. Where's the children? Text profile. Children profile. And then sign in can go back to whatever sign in was. So sign in is actually just sign in. Probably don't need this return anymore, but maybe you do. Let's try that. Definitely broke something. Unexpected after this. Are you saying I do need a semicolon or no? This one does have a semicolon, but it's also const. Return sign in. Cannot be returned from the function because it's not a list. It shouldn't be a list anymore. It should just be a widget. Pretty sure we could just inline this. Okay, so let's just inline this. I love that I call these coding hours and then stream for 2.5 hours. I'd go longer, but I got a late start. So I'll probably end it here shortly, just doing some exploring and cleanup, figuring out how nav's supposed to work. Not just nav, but the whole scaffolding and all that. Sort of makes sense. Hey, that worked. And then we go to profile. And yeah, same problem. So to handle the overflow problem, we probably need to put it in some kind of, like you said, flex box, or let's try that. Let's see. So profile. This guy needs to be, I don't know, in some kind of flex box, because it's a column. Oh, it shouldn't be a column. That's the problem. Straight up put it there, right? It's only one thing. It's the screen. Argument type list widget cannot be applied. Yeah, it shouldn't be a list. Never should have been a list. Same problem. Hey, Boatface did his emojis. I was waiting for an emote. Let me turn it off. How do I turn off the emote? Pikachu. Let's see. Emotes only, turn off. Followers only. Ooh, I'm gonna do followers only. We'll see if you're, let's see, followers for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. No, I know you're a follower. That's not gonna work. What else can I do to troll you? Let's see. Slow mode. Okay, I'm gonna turn on slow mode. You can only do one message every 10 seconds. Try to just exist. Try to spam my channel now, Bob. Lol. Okay, and then let me turn off the spam protection. Let's see, followers on. Like, turn that off. What else do we do? Review unban requests. I've got 0 unban requests. Get out. I'm gonna ban you, and then no, because then you probably never figure out how to do it, and I'll be stuck with one less follower. Can I make you a mod? That'd be cool. How do I add a moderator? Stream together. Streaming is better together. Bring guests from chat from other channels beyond. Collaboration is better with Stream Together. Import up to 5 guests to your stream through browser sources. You only need to set them up once. Any phone verified Twitch user can join, report and remove malicious users, read about responsibility. This must be very similar to what we did earlier with the collab. Browser sources, host or join session. Host pushes guests, host will run the session and push guest video to everyone's browser. Stream together. Add your browser sources to include any stream together. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. I can invite you. Inviting you to the backstage, Bob. Chat. Yeah. Anyways, got distracted. How do you add a moderator? Viewer reward stream data streaming tools. Well, let's just ask. Go to your Twitch channel, open your chat, type mod username, replacing username with the name of the user you want to make a moderator. Oh. Mod. User bboat21. Grant a moderator privileges to bboat21. All right, use your powers. Did that work? What are we running? Go to profile. Hey, it worked. Little pop though. Why did it pop? Oh, it's an animation. Probably don't need this action. That's the only. Oh, yep, it's stacking. All right, so let me remove that action, and I think I'm done. The animation's weird, or you being a moderator is weird. Let me get rid of that action. This is the one in profile. Yeah, we don't want this action. Basically, it should be no actions. I've never seen a mod. I can see all the viewers. Can you? I guess. Wait, do you? Who else is watching? It does have 3 viewers. And one is me though. What's it doing? Actions. Okay. Just get rid of the whole actions section. Let's give it type of profile. Okay, so now we have scaffold. I want to pull this out just like we did for home. So it should be a constant my home page, which would be a stateful widget. So let's see how smart this is to pull out. I don't think it's going to work, to be honest. Let's see. So the whole thing from return scaffold. Let's see. Return sign in. It's going to return const. It's basically this guy. I think it's this one. Function. Method. Class. Migrate to non-transitive classes. Component. I could do a variable or a method. Those are my 2 options. Do a variable. Oh, can't even do a variable. Expression must be selected. Is that not this? Oh, I guess it ends here. Oops, what did I just run? Extract. Let's try variable. Method. Am I not selecting the proper thing? So what if I inline this one? No, not that one. Inline this one. Won't let me. Oh, create a new branch. Why is my inline shortcut wrong? I don't remember. Key map. Key map preferences. This one. Inline. Oh wait, that's right. Was I just pushing shift when I'm not supposed to? Nope, it's definitely wrong. So results cell editor null inline refactor the one I want. Set null. I'm gonna remove all these. Remove. And this one, new branch. Okay, inline. Nah, it doesn't want inline. I probably just can't. You can extract, but it can't inline. Oh, I'm supposed to go here to inline it probably. You can't inline a class, so you'd have to inline this. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's the weird thing about how these widgets are set up in Flutter as classes. So the only real way to extract one is by hand. There's got to be better tooling out there. And no one's built it yet. All right, well, we're going to go old school. We're going to cut and paste this guy. Say return constant. Instead of homepage, it'll be profile page. Title. Profile. Rumor. Just profile. Maybe it'll be the user's name. I don't know. Profile's fine for now. Okay, so then I want to create one of these. Class. Profile. Oh, page. Ooh, look at it. It wants to do it for me. Okay, let it autocomplete, but then it probably did some weird stuff, didn't it? It didn't take the title. No, it did. Okay. Did that just work? Don't tell me that just worked. Let's see. Let's compare. This is what I wanted. Return app bar, background color, titles. Now I don't want this one. I actually want text titles, but that one's actually correct. Body, padding versus center. Maybe center's better. I don't know. Oh, column. We definitely don't want a column. Let's just copy the body, I guess. Close though. Oh, you missed. Oh, I gotta get. Well, thanks for hanging out, Bob. I was gonna say you miss a. I had to clip it, but you miss a moment where Copilot, the auto completion GPT stuff, was like the perfect autocomplete. Like I wanted to know how to add an action to, like an icon to the app bar for going to the profile, and I was like, before I even realized it should be an action in the scaffolds. Like I just put my cursor there, and it's like, do you mean this? And then it generated. What did it generate? Was it this? No, it's the one from the home page. It generated. Yeah, so I was like in the app. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I can put a button in here. And so like I think I added. I started typing actions or something, and then it's like, do you want this profile? And it's just autocomplete magic. You gotta get used to it, man. It's taking over the world. My profile page, title, final string title. Was that in this one? Yeah, it was. Okay. Oh, but that one, that's because it had state. Should I pull out the state? Oh, this is a stateful version. Which one has the build method in it? The stateful one. Interesting. Well, I don't know if there's any state in profile or not. I don't think I'm going to pull it out right now. I broke something. This is my biggest pain with this declarative. Like, I even more so than compose. Like, I feel like I'm forgetting. I mean, this one actually makes sense, right? I'm missing a semicolon, and you're not going to get that in Kotlin. But like, there's no error. I don't know if it's because I'm using IntelliJ instead of Android Studio or what, but like, there's no error. I put my cursor, and Copilot wanted to help for a second there, but that's about it. There should have been a not runtime error, not compiler error. What is it called? IntelliSense error. I'm obviously doing another one here. Like, one of the curlies is off. But which one? It's kind of a pain. Too many? Must be too many. That's the scaffolds. Where's the app bar one? Not enough? I'm thinking not enough. Because this is what these are trying to help me with, I guess. So I'm saying I close the padding, the scaffolds, but not the app bar. That's the scaffolds. That's the padding. Where's the app bar close? Oh, app bar closes here. So I'm going to say I have too many. Padding, scaffolds. Where's this curly go? Wait, there's two scaffolds? Oh, I copy pasted it to look at it. Dumb. Which one did I want then? I didn't want this one because it had this text. I wanted this one. So now I'm wondering if I'm missing a parenthesis. Let's see if it will autocomplete for me. It doesn't want to autocomplete. There it goes. Something's still wrong. Providers. Get providers isn't defined. Oh, I missed that again. I did that earlier too. Where was that supposed to go? It was inside of here. Ooh, it knows. All right, Bob, I don't know if you left. Yeah, it looks like you left. Here's another autocomplete moment. That's exactly what I was missing. And it knew it somehow. Yeah, I got to figure out the syntax highlighting. There's something weird about it not displaying errors when you're like missing a curly or parenthesis or something. That's definitely not right. I wonder if I'm missing a plugin or something. Pretty sure I have the Flutter plugin, Dart plugin and all that. Dart extensions. What does that do? Provide snippets to Android Student IntelliJ, letting you create method, property, and operator extensions. Got it. Not what I want. JSON to Dart. Dart's already installed. Dart data class. Essentially, the message generate for Dart data classes. Named argument constructor. Generator copy with 2JSON. Yeah, maybe Android Studio is better. I have to look it up. Anyways, I think we got it. So this is the home page. Still type stuff, still get that. I can go to the profile and like edit this. It's saved locally or actually it's saved in the backend somehow. I can sign out or delete my account. I'll sign out, register, go back. Ooh, back broke. Okay, we're going to have to figure that out at some point. It's because we're not like requiring the auth or something for that screen. Okay. Sign in again. All right, that all looks good. Let's just make sure the other ones are compiling and running as we expect. Yeah, so after all that, I actually don't like their UI. And it makes it tougher. Like you have to remember to wrap in scaffold, and I mean, I guess it's not a big deal, but the back navigation and stuff, I wonder how that's supposed to work. Cool, looks good. And let's do web. Let's look at our changes. So now we have this. We got rid of void main because now we have this future void main because it's in charge of setting up Firebase. I don't know what widget's Flutter binding does. That seems to be new too. All right, and for fun, I'm going to delete my account. All right, error. Cool. So I'm gonna either search for this or I could just look at it. Initialize the new Firebase app. Instance by name and returns. Okay, so this is actually a Firebase thing. But why doesn't it say Firebase? Oh, maybe I just copied the wrong thing. Oh, yeah, I went to the wrong thing. Okay, this thing. What is this thing? A concrete binding for application based on the widgets framework. This is the glue that binds the framework to the Flutter engine. When using the widgets framework, this binding or one that implements the same interfaces must be used. The following mixins are used to implement this binding. Gesture binding, scheduler binding. Why was I able to get away with not having this before? Does it just work without that? Yes, the line is necessary in certain cases of Flutter. This line is required if you're running the asynchronous operation, like fetching data from a database or initializes variables before running runapp function. The runapp function internally calls widget Flutter binding ensure initialize. However, if you need to perform asynchronous operations before runapp, you need to manually go. Well, that's just a lie. I mean, like, it sounds accurate, but I just did this await and it worked. You might encounter exception because Flutter hasn't fully initialized the binding to the underlying system. Alright, so maybe it's like a race condition. Okay, I'm fine putting it back then. But that's interesting. Okay, do a little format. We'll clean the rest of this up some other time. We're going through the diffs. Okay, we move the providers to the build. That's wrong, right? We don't need this anymore. This is the, which one? Build what? My app. Yeah, because now it's encapsulated inside of profile page. So we don't need that there. Cool. Glad we checked. All right, so we added an action to the homepage. App bar, icon button, person, pushed, calls profile screen, or changes the profile route. We added a profile page that uses the profile screen from Firebase, and it has a sign in action. That doesn't seem right. Oh, sorry, that's the signed out action. It takes you to the sign in screen when you sign out. That's correct. Initial route, Firebase, instance current. So this checks if you're signed in, takes you to sign in. Otherwise, takes you to home. Or if you're not signed in, takes you to sign in. We have routes, profile, sign in, and home. Sign in is not pulled into a page because we don't have any scaffolding or anything special, but we could always move it out as well. Profile page is also not using a stateful widget at all. Like there's one inside profile screen maybe, not sure. Which is different from homepage, which is actually a stateful widget. I guess the const is not stateful, or no, it is. Here's the state, create state. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Anyways, I think that's going to about do it, guys. Remember to check out the Discord. If you want to see this code, it is on the GitHub, Randroid's Dojo. I'll show you that in a second. Set up routes for sign in, profile, and home. Awesome. So this is on GitHub. Randroid's Dojo rumored. So you can see all the commits, all of the mistakes I've made. What's that song? All of the trouble I've been in. Actually, where are my commits? Where are my commits? Commits, 9 commits. So if you follow this project from the beginning, we did this initial setup where we, I guess I just pushed it all at the end. Initial commit had the initial app where I didn't really customize it much, I don't think. So it's out of the box stuff. Oh no, that's not true. I added the rumor code to the homepage. So, oh, application ID is com.example. Gross. Is that still the case? Can I fix that? Wonder if it's too late to change that. Yeah, a lot of this is compiled code, generated code. Anyways, all right, that's gonna do it. I will probably post a version of this on YouTube. Make sure to go to this Discord. If you can't see that, I would zoom in, but the zoom's not working in IntelliJ. Lame. What about this? I could do this for you. Oh my gosh, it's not working. I think this is full screen or something. Yeah, I got that bug again. I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know, it was just full screen. Okay. Oh, you know what we can do? We can do OpenAI, login, ChatGPT. Draw me a picture that indicates that people should join me in my Discord. Show the following link. Let's see if it does it. Join our Discord, and then it doesn't include. Include, do it again, but include the following text. The illustration will be designed to imply an invitation to, with a focus on the community aspect. Why? No. Create an image. Create an image of a robot that is saying, join Discord. I can create an image of a robot that conveys the idea. Cannot includes the URLs. Why not? You are being annoying. Let's try, what is it, Midjourney, or no, I always forget the name of it. Midjourney, Dolly. Oh no, it's straight up Dolly. It's like Dolly has their, like, it's like OpenAI Labs. I always forget, but let's see if they have the same problem. Try it yourself. Voice. Draw a robot saying, where is it? Discord. What the heck, man? My search is not working. That's annoying. Oh, here it is. Really accurate text to image generation that includes text. That's horrible. What? I have to log in for this? Oh, man. Dolly 2. Midjourney. Ooh, so creepy. I don't know if I ever created an account. a month, huh? My images coming soon. You don't have a starter plan, do you? Join the beta. Oh, I just joined their Discord. Okay, so sad. I mean, there's gotta be a way to get ChatGPT to do it, right? If you said, like, draw the letters. Okay, let's end on a positive note. Let's say, draw a robot. What's a cool robot we haven't drawn yet? Ooh, that looks like a Pokemon. Oh, I'm curious what this is going to come up with. Oh, make it a fire type dragon and add the word Randroid. Oh no. That's pretty cool. Okay, and ew. This must be Dolly too. Let's add some text. Since ChatGPT refuses to do this for me. Let's see. Text goes here. Text box, duplicate as TIFF, sure. Why not? Why is this not letting me type? Hello? Hello? Where's the text? What's going on? Text. Where are you, text? I don't want to sign. I want to write some. Oh, they're all here. So what the heck? Oops. All right, cool. Didn't see that. Randroid's dojo. This needs to be way bigger. It probably needs to be bold. And it needs a cooler font. Not that one. And needs to be in a readable color. Sticks to math. Skia. Zafino. Oh, that's sick. Should I give it a background, maybe? If only I could put it behind it. It's pretty cool. Problem is I still can't see it. Can't even make it bold. I guess it needs like a little bit of background. That didn't. There we go. Okay, kind of. That's pretty sick. Is it centered though? Okay, and then we want to duplicate this, and we want. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Wasn't even trying to do that, but that looks sick. Oh, so the background looks weird. Oh, that just makes it bolder. What do you guys think? Should I leave it like that? It kind of looks cool. I like that. I feel like that one's better. Let's go with this one. But yeah, I was trying to generate another one of these. What is happening? And then this one is going to be our Discord channel. And different fonts. Discord. What's a good color for this guy? Kind of like the yellow, but I like the chalk, but I can't read the ends. Like, it's kind of hard to tell that's an N. What do you guys think? Skia? No. Comic Sans. Dedot. Verdana. Screw it, I'm going to go with it. Chalk duster. Maybe people won't be able to read it. I don't care. It looks sick. Where should this one go? The top, I guess. How's that look? Good enough? File. Save as. No, not print. What am I doing? Oh, that would look cool though on the white paper. Save, I guess. PNG. Cool. Get rid of that one. Post it here. All right, folks. Join the Discord. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoyed our time. Good night, droids. Good night.